Hello and welcome to the Louise George Show. I'm so excited to be here recording this episode of our show live for you today. I'm talking about what I've learned from working with Hollywood stars and why it's really important to choose powerfully how you're showing up, to choose what you're going to take action on today, and how that is connected to what I've learned from Hollywood stars and how I continue to grow my company from strength to strength, and how you see my clients really powerfully creating what they desire as well. So if you are ready to up level in your business and life, if you are really ready to say no more to those lower level frequencies, to those lower level vibrations that are sucking you into things like boredom, overwhelm, stress, fear, anxiety, depression, jealousy, comparison. No more. This is a new week. We get to start again from this moment. And the great news is, if you do find yourself getting caught into those lower vibrational frequencies, if you feel yourself getting frustrated, overwhelmed, confused, you get to choose again in every moment, not just today, but come back and listen to this if you ever need a boost. Come back and choose again in every moment how you're going to be showing up. If you're watching live, welcome, thank you for joining. If you are watching it on the replay, big love to you as well. So make sure you hit subscribe if you're on our YouTube channel or on the iTunes podcast. Luke is in the house live, welcome. If you have questions on here live, I'm going to do my best to answer those at the end as well, but let's dive in. I have had the amazing, I was going to say fortune or good luck, but it hasn't been that actually. I'll come back to what it has been. I have had some incredible opportunities in my career as a life and success coach, but also as a film actor and a presenter. And I was thinking about who I've had the opportunity of working with over the years this morning on my walk with my gorgeous puppy Ty. And I was thinking about the actors that I have loved working with and that I would love to work with again, and looking at where I'm taking my acting career to and this coaching company as well. One of the films I worked on a couple of years ago, Our Kind of Traitor, if you haven't seen it, go and watch it, especially if you love a spy thriller. I had the opportunity of working with the amazing Louise, who has been on my vision board for years as an actor. He was someone that I really admire and respected, love his work, and always wanted to work with him. And I had the opportunity to work with him for a day on the amazing film Our Kind of Traitor. And so he is one of the incredible actors that I have been able to observe and learn from as an actor, but also as a person, looking at how people at the top of their game, so not just actors, but people I've had the opportunity to work with as an actor, as a presenter, as a success coach in different industries. So people at the top of their game as actors, people at the top of their game in sports and as athletes, people at the top of their game as entrepreneurs, right? And there are common themes with everyone who creates that level of success. So that's what I really want to talk to you about on this episode of the Louise George Show. What does it take to get to the top of your game as an actor, as a musician, as an athlete, as an entrepreneur, as a creative, right? And I know that if you're watching this or if you're listening to this, you most likely are a creative visionary or a visionary of some kind. You have a big vision for your life and you are ready to step into it. You are ready to say, you know what, enough of procrastinating, enough of boredom, enough of overwhelm, enough of all of those things that I spoke about at the beginning, right? It is time to step into your full power and purpose. It's time to create your legacy. It is time, because there is never a time but right now. And this is the thing that high-level, successful people recognize. They really understand the precious nature of this life in this form, right? And are going for it, taking massive action every day. But I want to talk to you about what that really looks like, right? So what have I learned from working with Hollywood stars? What have I learned from working with high-level entrepreneurs? What have I learned myself on my journey and all the opportunities that I've been able to create? Well, the first thing I want you to know is we're all the same. We're all the same, and of course very different, but what I mean by we're all the same is we all have fears, limiting beliefs, insecurities. No one is free of that ego chatter, that monkey mind, right? Even Hollywood actors, even athletes at the top of their game. Anyone you see creating high levels of success, the fears, the insecurities, the limiting beliefs are still there, but what we're doing is working through them. What we're doing is every single day programming for success and not for fear or failure, right? So this is absolutely key. Programming your mind so that you believe in yourself, so that you understand the value that you have, so that you believe in your gifts, so that you know the power that you have, and being able to step into that now, right? This is super important. So it isn't that people that you admire or look up to or look at their businesses and lives, it isn't luck, and it isn't that they're free of fears or limiting beliefs or insecurities. It's just that they've learned to work with them, learned to reprogram them, learned to focus on what is supporting them in creating their vision and reaching their goals instead, right? So there are some things that I've noticed from all of these people that I've worked with as a coach, the people that I've had the opportunity to coach and work with as a life and success coach, but also those people like Damien Lewis that I've had the pleasure of observing working at the top of their game, right? The first thing is choose what you want. Get clear on what it is that you want for right now, because this is of course going to evolve and shift and grow as you do, but choose today and own it, and then focus on that vision and your goals, right? So that you can take massive inspired action towards them. If you choose to buy into overwhelm, fear, insecurity, indecision, confusion, then you're going to attract more of that. You're going to stay in that downward spiral of those things. So choose to be clear on your next right action. Choose to be clear on what it is you want for right now. Choose what you want right now, because you can always choose again, and you will as you grow and evolve, right? But for right now, what is it that you want? Choose that and focus on it, right? And focus is the next step. Like, keep your eye on the vision, on your goals, and then take massive action towards them. This is what successful people are doing. They're not constantly choosing again in every moment, or going, oh, do I want this or do I want this? No, they're saying, this is what I want for right now, and understanding that that will shift and grow and change. But for right now, plant your flag in the ground, say, this is what I'm going for, this is my vision for right now, and stay focused on it. And then take action every single day towards it. This is what successful people are doing. The other thing that I notice are they're having fun, right? When I worked with Damien Lewis, in between takes, he was having so much fun. We were all chatting and laughing and joking. Now, obviously, actors work in very different ways. Some actors are more method and will stay in character. But the ones that I've had the opportunity of working with at that level have fun, are engaging and charismatic, like they walk in a room and light it up, right? And there's nothing special about them that you cannot also step into. It's a choice. That level of charisma, that level of commanding a room, that level of being able to have fun and be in flow and work at that high level is a choice. It's a choice to step into that gift that you have. And now you might not be an actor or a creative in that way, but you have a unique set of gifts that you can choose to step into at your highest level, right? And something that I'm helping my clients do, which is why you're seeing my clients creating high levels of success and amazing lifestyles, and very quickly, because what we're working on is these pieces, like choosing what it is you want for right now, choosing to focus every day on that vision and those goals that are gonna, the goals for right now that are gonna help them move towards that bigger vision, right? Focusing, staying focused on one thing at a time, and taking massive inspired action. You get to collapse time, right? Time is something that we have created, this linear form of time. We get to collapse the timeline. We get to bring your best life, your higher self to now. And this is also what I'm noticing people at the highest level, Hollywood stars, athletes, entrepreneurs, millionaires, multimillionaires, billionaires doing. What I've observed is they're not waiting for certain things to fall in place along their linear timeline that doesn't exist, right? Until they're not saying, when I have this, I'll do this, which is what I do see people who are stuck doing. If you're stuck right now, I want you to check in with this. Are you saying, when I have X, I'll do X. When I have the money, then I'll do that. When I feel confident, I'll do that. Then the news, if you are in that place, is you will never have the money, the time, the confidence, the clarity. You've got to create it. You've got to choose to step into it. And people who are creating high levels of success and lives that feel amazing are collapsing the timelines by making it happen now. And how do they make it happen now? They are asking, what would my highest version do? What is the version of me who already has all the things I desire do? Because there is a version of you in a parallel world right now who has all of the clients, all of the money, all of the opportunities, all of the experiences, all of the people, all of the things that you can visualize, all of the things that you feel, all of the things that you desire in a parallel world. They already exist in physical 3D reality. And if you can imagine them, if you can feel them, then they already exist for you too. The only difference between seeing them manifest in physical reality and you creating them in physical reality is belief and choosing to step into and be your highest version now. So you can connect to your highest version, the version of you in a parallel world that has all the things you desire, and ask her or him the questions. Sit in stillness and silence and communicate with your highest self. What would she do? Who does she be? How does she show up? What actions does she take? What is she investing her money, her time, and her energy in? How does she start her morning? What are her rituals? How does she nourish her body, her mind? What thoughts is she focusing on? Because if you're not showing up from that place, it's going to be really difficult for you to create the things that that version of you has. And you don't have to wait 5 years or 10 years or even a year or a month or any time at all. Because you get to collapse it by asking those powerful questions and by choosing and setting intentions for yourself and showing up every day, every moment as your highest self. And if you find yourself wandering onto someone else's path, if you get caught up in overwhelm or fear or boredom or any of those lower vibrational frequencies, catch it and choose again and ask, is this how my highest would show up? Is this how my highest would deal with this situation? Is this how my highest would dress, talk, walk, eat, work her body, her mind, right? And if you have a hard time visualizing and connecting to your higher self, look at people you admire, look at those Hollywood stars, look at those high-level athletes, entrepreneurs, anyone that you are looking at and going, wow, they have an amazing life. I would like that kind of life too. How are they showing up? Model on the way that they carry themselves, the way they show up in the world, the way they're contributing, the legacy that they're creating and leaving. And this is never about becoming someone else, but choosing powerfully for yourself to show up as a highest version of yourself. And what anyone else has created, what anyone else has manifested in physical reality is totally possible for you too. The only difference is the powerful choices and intentions and showing up as the highest expression right now, not in 5 years' time, not waiting for X to happen before you see it created, but creating it now. So I'd love to hear from you. If you are on here live, welcome. Sunny's in the house. Raluca, thank you for joining me. Trina, I think that's you as well. Let me know if this is resonating. If you are on here live, share your questions, comments and takeaways. If you're listening to this on the YouTube channel or on our amazing podcast, keep this conversation going. You can join me on all social media at louisegeorge.co. Make sure you subscribe on the iTunes podcast and our YouTube channel as well. Again, that's at Louise George, and you can head over to thelouisegeorgeshow.co if you're not on that platform already. And do join us for future episodes. I'd love to hear from you. If you're on here live, do you have any questions on this? Do you understand the concept of collapsing time by stepping into your higher self? And are you showing up as that person? Are you choosing? And you get to choose in this moment right now. So give me a hell yeah in the comments or your favorite emoji, or let me know and say I'm ready. And choose right now to step into your higher self. From this moment forwards, to choose in every moment to respond from your highest expression. And if you catch yourself in overwhelm, exhaustion, confusion, choose again. Because your higher self doesn't choose to be in that place. Your higher self is choosing to step forward, to take action. Your higher self is asking smart questions. How can I? What would I? Right? Not saying, I'm confused, I don't know. Because if you say those things, you're focusing on those things, you're creating more of those things. Confusion creates confusion. Overwhelm creates overwhelm. So choose again right now, and instead choose higher self, purpose, power, your next right action. Go out there and take action today from your higher self, and I'm super excited to see what that is, what that looks like. And if you do, share your links below. Have an amazing rest of your day and week, and speak to you very soon.